Conversations with gospel artists, pastors. Our favors would guide us through all the troubles and disasters. Indeed, we fell short, but the Lord never passed us. Our belief in God is the most important factor. It's the Veleka B Project. You're now tuned in to the Veleka B Project with your host, Veleka B, lover of God, founder and CEO of Set Apart and Chosen. Sit back and relax and enjoy the conversations.
Hey, the Veleka B Project. It's been a minute since I have recorded, and I am so excited. So to my radio family, my podcast, social media family, whoever is listening, please get ready to tune in, call your family, your friends, let them know what we have going on today. But I'm excited. It's your girl, Veleka B, back with another Veleka B Project episode. And this time we are talking about forgiveness. And I am talking about forgiveness with one of my old therapist. I have a new therapist now for some insurance reasons. But I am excited to talk about forgiveness with Miss Regina Davis. Hey, Miss Regina, how are you today?
Good evening. I'm doing great. And how are you?
I'm excited to go ahead and start this new process, this new step that I'm trying to take. And we're back at this podcast and radio broadcast again. So thank you so much for agreeing to do this with me, because you could have did anything and you could have said no, but I appreciate you.
Oh, you're quite welcome. And I would never turn you down. I think this is a great platform and a great thing you're doing. And I'm sure you're helping a great number of people. So
I appreciate you so much. So, Miss Regina, we are talking about forgiveness on today. Can you give me the definition of forgiveness before I just dive in?
Okay. Well, that's a good question, because there's always a lot of questionable thoughts about forgiveness. And what it really is just the process in which, once you've been wronged, you choose to let go of that resentment and treat the person who has wronged you with compassion. Okay. Just to, kind of be able to let it go and not necessarily move on, but just kind of let it go and forget about the retaliation and make the decision to overcome the pain and move forward.
Okay. So first of all, I want everybody to know that she is a licensed therapist. She ain't nobody I found on the street. She's a licensed therapist. I just want to get that clear. But you're a minister as well?
Yes, I am a licensed and ordained minister.
Okay.
I have been for several years.
Okay. So I just want to make sure we get all that clear, because everybody, all my fan base, know that I ask real questions. So, Ms. Regina, from a biblical standpoint and a professional standpoint, you are saying it's right to forgive, correct?
Yes, it is. It's not always easy, but it's right. It's the right thing to do.
Okay. So with that being said, it's kind of hard. Some people, I'll never forget, I had this one young lady, this will make me think about forgiveness many years ago. And actually I did a show many years ago on it. This young lady, she said, how can I forgive my mom when she chose her boyfriend? I'm like, what do you mean? So she was letting me know that, hey, the boyfriend had molested her ever since she was 8, and she was 18 at the time, and her mom chose and believed him over her. So some acts are so hard to forgive.
Yes.
Especially when something that deep. So how can a person who's been molested or something to that effect forgive?
Well, just to mention, since you mentioned from the Christian perspective, of course, most of your listeners have heard that the Bible says that we must forgive, and we must forgive 70 times 7. So it's sort of an infinite forgiveness that we have to have if we are to be forgiven for what we do. So this act of forgiveness is not necessarily that you're going to reconcile the relationship with the person, or that you're going to forget about the injustice that was done, or that you're even condoning that injustice. It's more like you're just trying to do the forgiveness for yourself, is so that you can overcome what's happened. So that therefore it takes a kind of making up your mind that you want to get yourself better, and that you're not going to hold this pain and hold this hurt within, because when we do that, we also inflict other pain upon ourselves when we do that.
Now, when you're saying other pain like what?
When you look at it, when we withhold hurt and we withhold resentment, sometimes it even turns into physical ailments within our body, because it causes stress.
Yeah.
Causes stress, which can lead to heart trouble, headaches, all kinds of things. So sometimes we have to make that decision to let go of the anger, let go of the resentment, let go of the shame, and whatever other emotions that were associated with that injustice, and move on. Now, those feelings are reasonable, and you're going to have those feelings, but it's about letting those feelings go and treating the person who inflicted that injustice with compassion, even though they might not be entitled to it. But that's our Christian way of doing things. So,
and I know, and I know you're saying it's the Christian way, but sometimes it's even harder. I know what the Bible says. I get it. I understand. I know it's right because the Bible said it. But honestly, sometimes forgiveness, it can almost I'm not going to say come with a cost. It's almost like it comes with a cost sometimes. Like, you forgive, but you're still getting, in other situations, we're going to move from the young lady that I was talking about, but from another, like, everyday situation, which it could be an everyday occurrence. But when someone or some people or a group or organization have done you wrong and they continue to do you wrong, like, it's hard to walk into forgiveness.
Well, now we also have the wisdom now. If we don't want to continue, we don't continue in that. We don't continue to allow that person to offend us or to, commit acts against us that are unjust. We have to have enough wisdom to walk away. We also have to have enough wisdom to understand the consequences of, withholding that unforgiveness within ourselves. Like we said, the physical, which can also translate into some anger. And then that anger can translate into some action, which can also, then get us in other types of trouble and other types of situations. So it's a feeling and an action that has to take place within ourselves. And sometimes we can't do it alone. That's why we have counselors and we have therapy and we have, ways that we can get to the bottom of what's going on with us. And I think that's one of the most important things. And if someone is finding that they're harboring these types of feelings and emotions, find a way to let those emotions out and to vent them and to let go of those feelings before it turns into something even more negative.
So what are some exercises or things that you can do to try to get to that point?
Well, there are 4 phases that we talk about to forgiveness. And that first one is getting an understanding of what happened to you, what that person did to you, and how it impacted you. And that's one of the things that comes out in therapy or in talking to someone. You're able to actually speak out what may have been held within, because a lot of times, especially with that first example that you use, such as sexual abuse, or that stuff is held in for years and it's secretive and no one knows about it. But for yourself, you get to have to get an understanding of what it is, why it happened, and how it impacted you. That's the first thing. And then
Go ahead. I was about to say something, but also it made me think of something that we had discussed earlier before we logged on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right here. Good. I was like, did she say that or did I think that? A lot of times in situations that we blame ourselves on why things happen to us.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So sometimes a person can can manipulate a situation and make you feel like, okay, I'm the reason why I'm going through this, or I'm the reason why we went through this, or I'm the reason this happened to me, type of thing. How can we, and that's like part of forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
If we can't forgive ourselves, how can we forgive others too?
Right. And you're right. Forgiving yourself is very important. And, and blaming ourselves is also a very integral part of going through some type of hurt or things like that. But we have to understand, and one of the things people think a lot about forgiveness is that it's a sign of weakness. And really it's not. You're just simply saying, I'm a good person. You did something to hurt me, but I'm going to move forward in my life, and I'm going to welcome joy into my life. And understand that you can't have the joy that we're entitled to until we let go of those things, until we let go of those things that have hurt us and those things that are holding us back from moving forward.
Got you. Okay, you were going to. Sorry, I didn't mean to jump in. So you was going to the phase, the second phase.
Well, the second phase is getting an understanding of, what forgiveness is. Okay, and forgiveness is not forgetting the injustice or excusing what the person did to you. It's not granting mercy to the person or wishing for revenge. But forgiveness is deciding to overcome the pain, as I said earlier, to let go of the anger, let go of those negative emotions, and then treat that person with compassion. That's all. That's all it is. It doesn't mean that because people say, I'll forgive you, but I'll never forget it. Well, you're not expected to forget it. When something bad happens to you, you're gonna more than likely, it would be great if we could snap our fingers and forget some of the things that have happened, but it doesn't work that way. But it's just making a conscious effort.
But I have a different part of that too. Mm-hmm. So when somebody say, I forgive you, but I can't forget it. But it's to the point where you have forgiven in your mind, your mouth say, I have forgiven you, but then you'll be able to hear the thing that you've done wrong maybe a year later or 6 months later when you get into an argument or a disagreement with a person or persons. Mm-hmm. So that means you truly have not forgiven. Is that right or wrong?
Well, now you have to forgive. Now we can't control what the other person's going to do, unfortunately.
No, so, I'm saying when somebody say they forgive you.
Yeah.
Situation.
Yeah, they say they forgive you, but then they bring it back up, right? That's what I'm understanding what you're saying, right? So
even if I say I forgive Miss Regina, I forgive you for holding me up, but then all of a sudden we can be having a great time. A couple months down the line, I'll get irritated at you about something like, see, that's why I shouldn't even mess with you last time because you held me up the last time and I should have known you were going to do it again. Mm-hmm. So that means, have I forgiven you or no?
No. Well, you may have forgiven, but you're still holding it against me. Mm-hmm. You're not treating, and that's the treating me with compassion. You're not treating me with compassion, even though what I did may have been wrong. But you're not really you can't really do anything for me, but you're trying to do this for yourself. Mm-hmm. So that you're not bogged down with the thoughts of, okay, well, she may do this again in the future. And sometimes this is really a hard thing in relationships for couples to forgive, because so the other one will always bring it up, what happened in the past. Mm-hmm. And so it's kind of hard to move forward. So they have to kind of make a conscious effort on both parts to decide, okay, we're going to let this go and move forward and not bring it up, because every time you bring it up, it's just like, just stirring everything back up all over again. And that's not treating each other with love and compassion when you do that.
That's true. Okay. I'm sorry, you're on 3.
Okay. Understand the person who offended you in a new way. somehow within yourself find a way to dig out some positive feelings toward that person. Okay. Out of the love that we're just supposed to have for one another. You know, a lot of times we'll see, I've seen, people on TV say that they have a family member who's been murdered by someone, and they'll get up in the court and say, that person, I forgive you. And some people say that that's the hardest thing. They say, I'd never do that. I'd never be able to do that. To say, I forgive you to someone who, did something like that, killed your loved one or did something terrible. But, somehow they'll dig within and find something positive about that person, that they can, have enough compassion to say, I forgive you.
Right. Yeah. You know what? To each his own, when I say to each his own, it's hard to say what you will do and what you won't do until you get into that situation.
That's true. It's true. It's hard to say what you will do, but it's how you determine that you're going to be as a person.
Right.
How are you trying to mold yourself? What kind of person are you molding yourself into? And the reason why is because you don't want to have these negative emotions going on in your mind and in your heart and in your body. You want to be able to, as we said, let it go. And so in that same scenario, I've seen people say at the end of that, I had to say, I forgive that person, because that was a release for me from within. I had to do it. I've seen them say that as well. I had, and when I did that, it was like a weight was lifted off my shoulders. So it's you don't know how you're going to do it or what it's going to be about. But these are just, different formulas for us to try to, maneuver through these things when they happen.
Absolutely. Okay. And number 4, what you have for number 4? I'm gonna have some questions for you after that one, but go ahead. Number 4.
Okay. Try to find meaning in that experience, and try to recognize ways that you've grown from that experience. Because remember, this is all about you as a person, you becoming a better person, you feeling better about yourself, and being able to have better relationships with people. So, you have to find ways to kind of look at, okay, well, this negative thing happened to me, but I still learned something from it. I grew from this, and try to find a way to find out what that is, what the growth was. And like I said, that's another way that, counseling and therapy helps as well, or just talking to someone and getting different perspectives on that.
Right. So basically, you're telling me, no matter what, biblically, we should forgive, and in society, we should forgive as well. Yes. And I hear everything you said, and I do know the Bible scriptures, but honestly, it's hard.
It is. It's very hard, but that's why. Okay, let me just say this again. What forgiveness isn't, and it's not forgetting. It's not condoning or excusing what that person did. And remember, this type of forgiveness that we're talking about is as I said, for you, so that you don't have that every night you're going to bed mad, angry, upset about what this person did to you. So you're not at peace, you're not at rest, you're not experiencing full happiness, you're not experiencing joy. And that person is sleeping well at night, but you're harboring these feelings and this resentment, and they're going on about their business. Yeah. So, it's not easy. And it's something that, as it happens, you have to work through. You have to work through it, and you have to work on it. It's not an easy thing.
Yeah. No, it's not, especially different situations. Sometimes I have learned when I had to forgive some people before in the past, I had to stay away from them. The way I handled it. Because it's almost like out of sight, out of mind when I finally, and it was refreshing because when I finally saw them, I'm like, hey, I was able to speak and not even think about the wrong that was done towards me or whatever happened. But, like when you forgive family members,
Mm-hmm.
these are people that you have to like part of your life. Like that's kind of different.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
you cut off your family.
No, but you don't. But you have to still, okay, because forgiveness doesn't mean you have to reconcile any relationship.
Mm,
Because at the same time you're having compassion on that person, you're also having enough wisdom not to open yourself up to another act of injustice.
right.
Okay. So when it's family members, you have the option, you have options,
Yeah.
to what you want to participate in, how you want to interact, and you have to just use wisdom. And why? Because you're trying to keep yourself well. You're not worried about that person so much. It's all about you keeping yourself well, keeping yourself happy. And if that does mean not going to the cookout, hey, you just maybe not go to the cookout.
Right. Okay. So basically, forgiving is for you, the individual.
Yes.
Um, it's for our mental,
Mm-hmm.
mental and physical,
Mental and physical and
and
spiritual.
spiritual. Yeah, mental. That's good. Write it down.
Yeah, because your life shouldn't be defined by pain. And a lot of times, well, people will use this. Well, this happened to me as a child. This happened to me. My mother did this. My dad is, and my cousins, they all did this to me. But your life is not defined by that, and it's not healthy to do that because it adds to your stress. It hurts your ability to focus. It hurts your ability to work, to study, whatever you're trying to do. And most importantly, it has an impact on your relationships with other people.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't want to have to carry those things into new relationships. You want to be able to let go so that you can move forward and have a good, healthy relationship with the next person. And not necessarily a romantic relationship, but any type of friendship, or anything with your therapist. I've had someone to tell me, well, I can't even get along with every therapist. I have a problem with people, and I change therapists like this. But you want to be able to have good relationships so that you don't carry that pain with you.
And I guess also too with the forgiveness, does that impact like if you don't forgive or forgiveness? If you don't forgive or you forgive, it can impact like the next relationship too.
Oh, definitely. Because you won't even give that person, in some cases, a chance, because you're thinking about in your mind that this may happen. Is he gonna do that? Is she gonna do this to me? Is she gonna be like the last person that I did business with or whatever? And so that's not fair to that next person.
Or the next organization, just say for instance, if somebody got hurt at church,
Mm-hmm.
church hurt, but yeah.
Yeah, that's not, that's a big one. But churches, a lot of people suffer from that church hurt, and it's about just moving forward, letting go of that, so that you don't carry it into your next situation, so that you can get out of it what you want to get out of it. But if you get hurt at church, and then you go to another church and you're sitting there I'm just waiting to see what this pastor's going to say to me. I'm waiting to see what these sisters are going to do, how they're going to treat me. And then you're not getting the full impact of what you're trying to get from the experience, because you haven't let go of what happened in the past.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. I'm just making notes over here.
Okay. So have I convinced you yet?
No. I forgive. I don't hold on to stuff. Yeah, I forgive. I forgive.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes back to me, I had to oh Lord, I just forgave them the other day. Let me forgive them again. So no, and it's not even me fronting. I just learned to forgive because
Mm-hmm.
I can't hold on to a bunch of stuff, because I have found myself getting in situations where stuff makes me sick. Stress and unforgiveness, it really tears down your body. It tears down your mental. Like the more you hold on to stuff, it can do a lot. So no, I definitely forgive.
Yes, I mean it's you can tell because you're able to do things to make other people happy and do things to inform other people. But if you were not the type of person who could forgive, things that have happened to you, then you wouldn't be able to move as, say, God wants you to move in this arena or whatever you're doing to help others. So, and that's ultimately what we want to do. We want to be a light. We want to be, just whatever help we can be to others to show them a way that's, even better and more acceptable. And forgiveness is just one of those things that we've been charged to do. That's kind of difficult, but it's not impossible.
Right. Absolutely. For the ones that are just tuning in, my name is Veleka B. I am founder and CEO of Set Apart and Chosen. This is the Veleka B Project, and I am here with therapist Miss Regina Davis, and she's given us some enlightenment on forgiveness on today, the importance of it, is necessary and why it's necessary to forgive. So, and the notes I jotted down was mental, physical, and spiritual. Those, is there any other reason why we should forgive?
Just to bring happiness into your life. Once we forgive and we're able to move forward and let go, there's a joy that will come into our lives where we're able to, extend out to other people. And as I said, also move freely and do the things that we're called to do and the things that we need to do and develop good relationships with people. It's just, those are the rewards.
Absolutely. Well, I thank you so much for joining me on today for this topic of forgiveness. And to me, it's a very important topic. Mm-hmm. And I really appreciate you guys for tuning in to the Veleka B Project with your host, Veleka B, and my special guest on tonight, my old therapist, but I consider her as a friend now, even though we don't talk. She don't talk. Y'all, she emailed me. She gonna be like, I know she be thinking like these some billable hours. I ain't gonna be talking to you. So I really appreciate you logging in with me on today. So guys, you can catch us every Wednesday here on podcast or Gospel Impact Radio or social media. You can find the Veleka B Project anywhere. Just pretty much, you can Google it. We're Googleable. So is there anything else you would like to say, Miss Regina?
Well, I'd just like to say thank you so much for having me. And I pray and hope that, what we say can help someone. What we've said here tonight will help someone, allow them to just be free and be happy.
Absolutely. I appreciate it. And I know it will. So this is when you said that let's do forgiveness, I'm like, oh Lord, I don't did that one before a couple of times. So I really do appreciate it. So I am logging off right now, guys. Thank you so much. Catch us again on next week with the Veleka B Project. Miss Regina, you hold on, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I think we can squeeze in one more.
Okay, how was that one though?
It was good, but we're gonna get a little more. We're gonna get a little more. Yeah, my crowd is like gotta shake them up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm trying to think, and it's still rolling. The recording, don't worry about it. I'm just trying to. What was the other one I said we should probably do? I can't remember. I just at least want to squeeze out two more. So when we meet, we can kind of squeeze out two.
Oh, okay.
Come here, Caleb.
I can't. Did I write it down somewhere? I don't think so.
I'm trying to go back into what I sent over. Caleb, come here. I'm recording, Caleb. I want you to see Miss Regina. Did you ever meet Miss Regina? Look at Miss Regina. This is my old therapist.
I don't look good.
Come here. Boy, this is my old therapist. Tell her, hey.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
Somebody there? Who is he talking to?
Nobody.
You'll be proud of Caleb. Miss Regina, since we talked last, Caleb has a therapist and he loves her.
Oh, great. I bet she loves him too with that great smile. That's a beautiful smile.
Yeah, I be telling him, Caleb, the lady get paid for you to be open. We need you to be a little open with her.
Oh, yeah. Caleb, she's not going to tell it.
Yes.
She's bound. She can't tell anybody what you tell her.
Not
Unless it's something that you're gonna hurt somebody or hurt yourself. But she can't tell anything, so you're good.
Kayla Kayla, like, I'm scared to tell her, so she might send all of us to jail. What you like? He is funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's funny. All right. Thank you, sir. So let's do one more. I want to try to squeeze in a couple at a time. So in case we need a break, we don't have to like do week after week. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, well, I may need some material. Let's see. Let's see what we could talk about.
Something that's not like, and I want you to flow. Can you flow? You want to flow with me?
I can.
You're bound.
I don't know. You know, it depends on which way you're going.
No, I ain't gonna go too hard. Definitely ain't gonna go too hard.
What's the topic? We're just gonna go with whatever.
Um,
We're gonna talk about some current events.
like what?
I don't know. COVID. I don't know.
Listen.
Or is it mental health? Is this all mental health or?
No, absolutely not. It's almost like a girl talk forum.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to go back to my my page and see. I'm trying to see what got some attention over here.
People, relationships, they love that.
I think relationship would be good. I made a post the other day, and this is what my post says. It says, "Don't dummy yourself down because he or she cannot see what's coming." And I said, "Girl, get up." You know how sometimes we don't want our light to shine because it shines so bright, and then we want to dim it because we don't want to outshine or feel like we're stepping on anybody. That was pretty much what that one was about.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
Hold on. I'm just trying to find some things that I know that kind of. God blocked it for a reason now. Shout. That's one of them shout ones. Jesus, let's see. I don't even know if I told you that I was inside of Black Enterprise magazine, Yahoo, Finance, and a couple more.
Oh, great.
God removes to replace. Can you relate to that?
Yes.
You got it?
Yeah.
God removes to replace.
Yeah. Husbands, jobs,
okay.
People.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can you flow with that?
I can. I think we can.
Sure.
And you can stop it, right? If we get stuck somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
To replace. All right, so but then another one was saying, let's see. I had another one that says, "Be careful, sis. They're not happy for you."
Yeah. You have anything about God, how he provides? I mean, people sometimes don't wait for God. They don't allow him to do what he does best, which is open doors and make provision for us in every situation.
I'm trying to see how we're going to switch that on.
We don't have to. I mean, maybe for later we can kind of expound on that.
I had one that I sent it to you, but I don't know where it's at. I'm looking for it.
I only got the email where I sent you, but I didn't get anything except the link, I think.
I don't know if you ever saw this one. This is one I did with Bishop J. Drew Shears came on my show. He was so nice. I enjoyed him.
What was it? Who was that now?
J. Drew Shears. One of the Clark sisters has.
Okay.
Very nice. Very.
I think I did listen to that.
Yeah, I love him. He was so nice. Trying to see. Oh God. I mean, we probably can wait if you want to wait. I want it to make sense.
Okay. I mean, what about the first one you said?
I got written down. God removes to replace.
Okay. Did you have any other notes with that? Anything you had thought about with it?
Child, let me see what I put in there. Sometimes I'll come up with something, and then the crowd be like, "That's what I'm talking about." God removes to replace. God's control. Trust God. They just said amen. So the one thing about social media is like the little, you can throw something out there and people will run with. Like, I needed to hear this today. Lord, protect us from what we cannot see. Lord, protect us from what we cannot see.
So when will they hear this, what we just did?
This will be next Wednesday. If she can't get my stuff together from tomorrow, it may be tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to wait. Let's see.
Well, you want to do it? Let's see. When do you need to have? Let's say Friday night. Thursday. I won't be able to do it again probably till Sunday.
Monday. If we could do it, and she don't have to use this one. If she does not have to use this one, then this will be for next week, and then we can roll after that.
Okay. Yeah, and just throw me out. Send me out what you got. A couple of, and I'll respond with something that I can kind of add to it. And
I know I had one. But I know I sent it, but I don't know what I did with it.
Did you email it?
I thought I did. Hello, one. Okay. This is what I think you responded here. No, I might have sent it on a different. Let me go back in here and look at the email.
Yeah, I don't have that one. Anything else?
Let's see. Thursday.
Oh, let me look at my other email.
How far back is this one? This has to be it might be the thread right here. Mm-hmm. I will come up with a couple more topics.
Yeah, that's all I saw. That's all I have.
Oh, I
Well, let me look at it. There's one more. No. No. I don't.
Actually, you probably have to. How to cope with rejection. That was it.
Oh, yeah, you did. Yeah, I remember you mentioned rejection. Yeah. Yeah, I need to research that a little.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Unless you want to do it now.
No, I mean, if you got to research it.
I got it already.
Hmm?
I got it already.
You got it?
Yeah, I haven't looked over, but I can always, find things.
Send me what you have so I can print it out real quick.
Let me send you the link. This is just a. Okay, you should have it.
All right, let's see. But you don't have it together, so we can wait. I said we can wait because you get the. Yeah, I guess I'll look at it too, just so so it can flow.
Okay, now. Let me see. Yeah, that's a good one because I've had a few clients dealing with that recently.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay. See what else we got. Okay. Anything else?
I'll just look them up and go from there. And I'll download this one. Okay. I'm so slummy.
Well, that concludes this episode of the Veleka B Project with your host, Veleka B. Until next time we meet,